welcome to another episode of the Nonstop Review. I'm your host, as always, Devon, and joining me equally as always is Rick.
Hello, everybody.
And I'm sure you guys know the drill by now. We do not like to mince words on this podcast. However, I do have one slight little thing to say. If you watched last week's episode, you know we're having some technical issues today. So if you hear some fumbling and mumbling because of internet shenanigans, I can only apologise. With that out the way, Rick, what are we doing today, buddy?
Steven Universe, Season 3, Episode 2, Gem Drill, Part 2. 3, 2, 1, and go.
Yeah, this follows on immediately from the previous episode. Case in point, there's Garnet giving her words echoing in Stephen's mind.
Yeah, they believe in Stephen.
Believe in Stephen.
That's a great Paradox shot of panic.
Yeah. Oh, shut up, Peridot.
She's the only one that understands her own meaning of teamwork.
Yep. Okay, listen, I get where Peridot's coming from. Okay, well, fuck you. I was just about to back you up there, Peridot.
Yeah. I'm going to give you the motivation that I need right now. Repeat it back after me. And then she just goes, liar.
But I do get where she was coming from initially, at least, because it's a bit different. But I don't go to the doctors very often, Rick. I go to the doctors when I feel like I'm at death's door. Not literally, but figuratively.
Like something is fundamentally wrong.
Yeah, and I know it probably won't get better just by leaving it alone.
And having a bit of a sleep, yeah.
Whenever I do that, I don't actually want the doctor to tell me what's wrong with me. I want the doctor to say you're being stupid.
I mean, yeah, that's also fine.
Oh, can I tell a little story? I know we're watching Stephen right now.
Go ahead.
I had a bit of a bump on the back of my foot, and I went, that's weird. I'm just gonna go double check that. So I went to the doctor, and they went, oh yeah, that's just your bone. I went, it don't normally stick out like that. And they went, it just happens with some people when they get older. I went, okay, cool, my mind is now at ease. I get up from the chair. I go to leave the doctor's room. The doctor goes, it could be cancer.
Oh boy.
I stopped where I was like, don't say that. Why would you say that? I was happy to go. It's probably not. Well, why would you say it? Now it's in my head. That was a couple of years ago. It was not cancer, but
A couple of years ago, yeah. We're now worried about feet bone cancer. There we are.
But fucking why would you say that? Peridot's got tears in her eyes.
Peridot having a nice little cry. Here's the thing. I guess more than just Stephen and Peridot were meant to come down here. And yet, the drill is pretty much only big enough for them. Oh, hello.
Yeah, but they could have had Garnet, Pearl, and Amethyst acting as a mission control.
Yeah, maybe so. Or even Peridot as mission control and Pearl just comes down.
Is that an N64 controller?
It is. They love putting, old Nintendo stuff in. I think Steven still uses a GameCube.
That's fair. It was a good console.
It was.
How are you going to do that, Stephen? You're in the middle of the earth.
Yep. And they're going into magma, but they came from magma, so.
Yeah. This is fucking grim. I've actually had to turn my episode up because Peridot was talking so quietly I can't hear her.
Yeah, she's being a bit grim, but a little bit introspective. So that's where she actually tells us what the cluster actually is.
Yeah.
A super big fusion of gem shards.
Well, I feel like we kind of could gather the pieces of that information from previous segments.
Yeah.
I've now got the opposite problem of the machine being too damn loud.
Oh, little Peridot eyes.
That is cute as fuck. Damn, it's kind of pretty.
It is. And now it awakens.
Worship me! Can the cluster speak?
I don't think so, but it can give a thumbs up eventually.
That is adorable. Oh my god.
Oh.
Oh my days. If your heart doesn't melt at that, you're not human.
Yeah. Oh, there go the hands. Just watching the action and the tension right now, because there's not a lot to react to other than soaking in the tension.
I think the silence itself speaks volumes. That's a very pragmatic point.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what the intention is, because the instinct is still there.
Your head holes. Peridot actually showing concern.
And I think it's limited entirely to Steven.
Yeah, because she gives a shit.
Yeah.
She even said, like, the line earlier that I didn't chuckle at, but I kind of did in my head, was like, I can save you, or I can save the billions of people on Earth who I really don't care about.
Yeah. No, it was a little bit different to that. It was, I'm sorry I couldn't save you, or the billions of others who matter far, far less to me.
Sentiment's still there.
Yeah. Oh boy, that was a fucking creepypasta face.
Like, if I was 5 years old, that would have scared me. Like, it's easy to forget, Steven's kind of a super empath as well.
Yeah, he is. He's having a gem attack.
So Peridot can't see that, right? Okay, now we're entirely in Steven's head.
Yeah, we're entirely in Steven's head now. Like, if there was ever going to be a human gem fusion that, because I think the first time Steven fuses with a gem is with Amethyst, because he's fused with Connie already. If there was ever going to be a first human gem fusion that was accidental in a moment of stress and shared need, I would think we would be with Peridot right then. Peridot just calms him down.
Okay. I know he forms a fusion with Pearl at one point, which is like Rose Quartz 2.0.
Yeah.
And he looks dapper as fuck.
Yep. It's 2.0 because we saw earlier on that...
yeah, we've seen it in the show already.
Yeah. Pearl fuses with Rose. And the top eyes... Like, there's the big eyes that are Rose's that are looking with desire at Greg. And going, yeah, I'm hot shit. And the little eyes are Pearl's going, yeah, you'll never have this, little bastard.
Need for to be whole.
They need a form to be whole.
Oh, okay. It's hard to hear what they're saying because their voice is so fucked. Sacrifice I'm willing to make, says the creatures.
Mm-hmm.
No idea what they just said, but I assume that was a greeting.
One of them said have to, and the other one said find.
Right. Oh, wow. Thanks, fucking motherfuckers. Ow.
You don't need a form, you can just stay here in the form of brain. Oh, there we are. Can't stop, they're going to form.
That's going to take far too long, Steve-O. Could you imagine if Steven grew up to be Steve-O? Wouldn't that be a fucking sad, tragic twist to this story?
Oh, yeah. It would and all. I think Johnny Knoxville's now got brain damage from one of the stunts that he did with an animal.
Yeah, well, matter of time, really.
Yeah, it's one of those, like, they're no longer young enough that they can just walk it off.
Even if they were young enough, brain damage ain't nothing to fuck with.
No.
I mean, I thought that was a unique Steven ability, let alone... So these got...
Any gem can make a bubble.
Okay.
Until Steven started doing it, they were, the other gems were doing it. And I think it's like during Season 1, Steven does his first.
Okay. Yeah, he bubbles the centipede, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
Because I've seen that episode. Peridot smiling is a rare treat.
Yeah.
Oh, and they brought Lapis, yay.
She will be fine, but she isn't right now.
That's such a Steven fucking resolution.
Definitely is. This is like a more uplifting version of the Rick and Morty Season 3 opening.
Oh, what, where Rick blows everything up?
Yeah, where, like, the entire thing between Season 2 and 3 was the cliffhanger of, yeah, shit's fucked, and then it's resolved in Episode 1.
I disagree. I don't think it's anything anywhere near comparable. It's two drastically different situations.
Yeah. It felt like it was the kind of thing that you'd have to take an entire season to resolve, and then it's resolved in an episode.
Yeah, but you got to bear in mind the last 10 episodes of Season 2 was building this up, as opposed to 1 in Rick and Morty.
Yeah, fair enough.
But yeah, that was Episode 2 of Season 3. Rick, I think I already know you're pretty high on the episode. Nonetheless, what did you think?
It was a very good one for Peridot, because it gave her chance to be supportive of Steven, and also need his support. So it was, and it was without the other gems as well. So the other gems they basically cramp her style in terms of having some character development some of the time. Some of the time they're a good background for it. So like Garnet was a good one for that. But yeah, it was a good Peridot episode. It was a decent episode in general, and now the previous threat is solved. How about you? What do you think of the episode?
I thought the episode was great. I have to disagree on the gems being not helpful to Peridot's character development. They were the sole reason for it. I know Steven was the driving force, but the gems would not have added anything to this episode. We know that.
Sure.
And the episode was entirely Peridot and Steven. There was no other characters, because I don't count the cluster as a character. It was a good episode. The threat's resolved, which means we can now move on to... You know what? I'm going to take a punt, because I know the end game is the diamond stuff, so I'm going to assume going forward, I think the rest of Season 3 is going to be building up to them going to deal with diamond shit, because we know Yellow Diamond knows about the crystal gem still being active. And I'm going to assume she's probably told Blue and White.
Yeah, I think Blue just comes on a field trip.
Let's move on to our closing segments. Rick, do you have a favourite moment?
My favourite moment is Peridot going, "I'm sorry I couldn't save you. All the billions of other people who matter far, far less to me." It cements her character. But yeah, how about you? Did you have a favourite moment?
I enjoyed every moment of Peridot being a character.
I mean, yeah.
Previously, she's been so antagonistic, and this is the first proper episode where she's just fully on Team Steven, Team Crystal Gem.
Yeah.
So, moving on, the actual part that matters for it affects our brand new shiny leaderboard. Rick, who's your MVP, buddy?
My MVP is actually Peridot, because without her and without her expertise and without her piloting, they wouldn't have even gotten to the core.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's simple as that. How about you? Who's your MVP?
There's only 2 characters in the episode, okay? You got to choose either Steven and Peridot or Peridot. I'm giving it to Peridot because she was by far the most interesting part of the episode.
Sure.
And again, the evidence of the character growth is there in spades, and I loved every moment of it. Peridot being cuddly and huggy with Steven, the two of them reinforcing one another. It was great. It was a feel-good episode, despite the dangers.
Like, legitimately, I thought your favourite moment was going to be "I love you, Peridot," and giving her a hug.
I mean, again, I cheated. Every moment where Peridot was being cute, which was most of the episode. Like, the only episode she wasn't cute was during the descent, and she was being very grim and very realistic about what her and Steven are about to face.
I think we even talked over the bit where she goes, "Oh yeah, this is how Peridots are formed."
I mean, I missed a lot of it because I was talking about my doctor story and how I might have foot cancer. I suppose that's going to be it from us. So all that's left to say really is join us next week, where we're hopefully going to get a bit less of a tense episode, and we'll crack on with Season 3. But until then, keep yourselves safe and keep yourselves happy, guys.
Bye!